Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharyamadhyamam Asmadacharyaparyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedais Sangapadakramopaniषदैः Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyam Tanna Vidusura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. So we began looking at the essence of the 11th chapter, a summary of it. We saw that in the first 8 shlokas, first 4, Arjuna is speaking. He seems to give a summary of the chapters 2 to 10 in the first 2 shlokas. And then he's saying, show me your form. Darshaya. Atmanam darshaya. Reveal yourself. Atmanam there means does not mean Chidananda Atma. Atmanam is yourself. Reveal yourself. Darshaya, he says. And Bhagavan says, gladly, I will do that. Through verses 8. Then Sanjayasya Vishwarupa Varnanam goes from 9 to 14. Then Arjunasya Vishwarupa Varnanam goes from 15 to 31, 30, let's say. 31. And we saw that he went through 2 stages of emotional expression there. First one was Vismaya. Vismaya, Ascharya. Srishti Sthiti Vismayaha. Then Layaha. Bhayaha. Okay. So Laya Bhayaha. That is what happened from 23 to 30. And 31, he is still speaking. And he's saying, he's asking the question once again. Still, Akhya hi me, Kaha Bhagavan. Kaha Bhagavan, who is Bhagavan? That is what he's asking, right? That question is very obvious there at 39 or 31. Vijñātum ichchāmi, etc. He says, I want to know clearly, even more clearly, he says. So that is where we stopped. So that graphic description was given through that point, through shloka number 30. Then let's see what happens. Let's chant the next set of shlokas, 31 to 34. आख्याहि मे को भवानुग्ररूपः
आख्याहि मे को भवानुग्ररूपः
नमोऽस्तु ते देववर प्रसीद
नमोऽस्तु ते देववर प्रसीद
विज्ञातुमिच्छामि भवन्तमाद्यम्
विज्ञातुमिच्छामि भवन्तमाद्यम्
न हि प्रजानामि तव प्रवृत्तिम्
न हि प्रजानामि तव प्रवृत्तिम्
श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
कालोऽस्मि लोकक्षयकृत् प्रवृद्धः
कालोऽस्मि लोकक्षयकृत् प्रवृद्धः
लोकान् समाहर्तुमिह प्रवृत्तः
लोकान् समाहर्तुमिह प्रवृत्तः
ऋतेऽपि त्वां न भविष्यन्ति सर्वे
ऋतेऽपि त्वां न भविष्यन्ति सर्वे
एव स्थिताः प्रत्यनीकेषु योधाः
एव स्थिताः प्रत्यनीकेषु योधाः
तस्मात् त्वमुत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व
तस्मात् त्वमुत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व
जित्वा शत्रून् भुङ्क्ष्व राज्यं समृद्धम्
जित्वा शत्रून् भुङ्क्ष्व राज्यं समृद्धम्
मयैवैते निहताः पूर्वमेव
मयैवैते निहताः पूर्वमेव
निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन्
निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन्
द्रोणं च भीष्मं च जयद्रथं च
द्रोणं च भीष्मं च जयद्रथं च
कर्णं तथान्यानपि योधवीरान्
कर्णं तथान्यानपि योधवीरान्
मया हतांस्त्वं जहिमाव्यतिष्ठाः
मया हतां स्वं जहिमा व्यदिष्टाः
युध्यस्व चेतासि रणे सपत्नान्
युध्यस्वजेतासि रणे सपत्नान्
So 31 Bhavan Kaha. Bhavan in Sanskrit means respected you. Who are the respected you? Okay. The respected he who is in the form of you. Okay, that is the literal way. Okay, Bhavan is Pratama Purusha. It is lines like he said, like that it goes. He. Who is he? That is the question. Not actually pointing. You means pointing a finger, right? So that sensitivity is there, in our culture. So instead of saying you, what would you like? They will say, what would Swamiji like? Something like that. That's very beautiful culture in our tradition. Okay. So Bhavan Kaha, he says. Doesn't say Tvam Kaha. Now does use the word Tvam occasionally in the Bhagavad Gita, but Bhavan Kaha. Because now what happened? A newer, a more, a better idea of what this world is and what Krishna is happening. So he's using a more respectful word. Bhavan Kaha. Who are you? Who are you? See Bhagavan Vacha. Kalosmi. Kalosmi. Very unlike Sri Rama, who was asked, who are you? Rama was asked, who are you? He doesn't say all these big, big words like Kala and all that. He doesn't use. He says, I am the son of Dasharatha. That's what he says. Atmanam Manusham Manye Vidhi Dasharathatmajaha. I am a human being and I am the son of Dasharatha. Very simple answer he gives. Of course, it was said to a Vanara, therefore the answer is like that. For a human being, he doesn't have to say, I am a human being. But so that calls me. I am the embodiment of the destructive force. Or not destructive. Kala Tattva. Time. I am time. Time always was, time always is, time always will be. Technically not true. You know why? Because every day in deep sleep, time just dies away. We love it. Therefore, time is also mithya. It's also anityam. But overall time, the passage of time, okay, which has given birth to civilizations and destroyed civilizations, that I am. And why talk about destruction now? Is seems अपशकुनम क्या अपशकुन है ये क्या ऐसा बात करते हैं आप अरे that is because battlefield is war is about to start and so that is the language they will have to talk that's how it is. Yeah, if the discussion Swamiji said if the discussion were happening in a maternity ward, then Bhagavan can talk about Srishti, because that's maternity ward means Srishti is happening there. Like that. This is there is Srishti. Here, Laya. So you have to accept. Message for us is what? Accept everything. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya as part of this world, universe. Yeah. Our life also, of course. Therefore, what? Nimitta matram bhava. Sloka number 30. This is a beautiful word. Nimitta matram bhava. Therefore, acknowledge everything first. Before saying I, me, mine, and all that, just acknowledge what's going on and see what's going on and appreciate the need for harmony. Therefore, all these yajnas are all there, and therefore it is harmony, not just you want harmony in your family, you want harmony in the Pandava Kula, you want harmony in the Pandava Kaurava Kula. What about beyond that? There is so much there. And so everything do you see, harmony is not this in the earth, outside earth also harmony is needed. It is possible for human beings to impact all of that. So harmony is required everywhere. It's needed. And so, in any case, this is a small speck in the whole universe. Therefore, I'm always smiling, perhaps Krishna is saying, because this small little being is making so much fuss about all these things. You must be thinking, therefore, nimitta matram bhava. Things are happening through you. Look at yourself as things that you ought to do at a certain time. The situation demands me. Situation demands something out of me. Baby is born, immediately I have to take on a different role. My role changes. Overnight, role changes completely. Why it should change? Because that is the niyama. That is the name. Therefore, I will have to use that dharma. I have to understand. I have to ask the question if I don't know. What is my dharma at this moment? At this moment. What is my dharma? What am I supposed to do? Things can change anytime, anything can happen. So, nimitta matram bhava. That means what? Align yourself with dharma. Align yourself with what has happened and what's about to happen now. And that dharma. So alignment means what? Sharanagatihi. I surrender to dharma. Even though I have free will, I can do anything I want. Yeah, I can do anything I want in keeping with dharma. Within dharma, you have all kinds of free will. Use the free will as long as I don't transgress that dharma. Therefore, that is also called sharanagatihi. Following dharma is not easy. And so, one has to surrender. One has to surrender one's free will to dharma. That is sharanagatihi. Correct? Because dharma is also always there. I can say I surrender to Ishvara. But surrender to Ishvara means what? Only dharma is available. Bhagavan is there. The entire law. I have not created a single law in this world. I am only following the laws. My body is following all the laws. Every object in this world is following whatever laws are there. Physical, chemical, astronomical laws, electrical laws, known laws, unknown laws, laws of karma, law of karma. We say law of karma, but karma is complicated. Gahana karmano gati. We say there are three laws of motion. Karma, laws of karma, we don't know. We summarize the whole thing by saying there is adrishta palam. Every karma has adrishta. then leave it at that. And therefore, that Sharanagati is important. Exactly like in an orchestra, in a classical music show, there are 3 or 4. One person is singing, one person is playing the violin, another person is playing the tabla, mridangam, ghatam, kanjira. So many things are going north a little different. Shahnai will be there. And so all this is going orchestra. There are 6, 7 people on the stage. Guess what? The centerpiece is the vocalist. Generally, the vocalist is sitting in the center. Everybody is around that person. Okay? The violinist is a very famous violinist, Kunnakudi Vaidyanath. Okay. And our flutist is there. Flutist is Hariprasad Chaurasi. Now, Hariprasad ji says, I am a great flutist. I am going to show off myself. Can he do that? No, can't do that. Let one person decide what happens. We'll follow. We'll follow the beat. Yes, Hariprasad ji will get a chance. It's called Taniyavrittanam in Tamil. I don't know in Hindi, I don't know what they say. And during that time, that is a time for that player to express that person's creativity. Correct? Beautiful. At that time, you do. But in between, you don't do something funny. And even in the orchestra, sometimes in the Western, you have this cymbals. Symbol, I think it's called CYMBAL. And you just have to hit it. Whenever you're supposed to hit, you hit it. This guy loves to hit the cymbal. So he kept on doing kadakada, kadakada, kadakada. Because he's a very good drum, he plays drums also and he does this also. No, he can't simply do whatever he wants. What that means they surrender to the harmony. Overall harmony is my goal, not to show off myself. Correct? Therefore, harmony, that overall harmony is the dharma. So Sharanagati, surrender to that dharma. Therefore, alertness is critical. Critical. We have all kinds of dharma. We have this family dharma is there. We have extended family dharma, community dharma. Therefore, we have this Pancha Mahayajna. Automatically just comes. There is no end to dharma. Nobody can ask. Indians will not ask, am I responsible for cluttering the atmosphere outside of Earth, where we send our satellites? No, we won't ask. Every Indian will say, yeah, we are responsible. Automatically it comes, it's ingrained in us. Okay, we will not have a debate on it. And therefore falls this Varnashrama Dharma also. That is a Dharma, remember. Varna Dharma, Ashrama Dharma. Why? Because this human life is meant for a purpose, and that purpose, our Shastra says, is well accomplished by following this Dharma, which is, what is the Dharma? Brahmacharya Ashrama, then Grahastha Ashrama, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. My goodness, Sannyasa? Yes, because the vision is like that. Vision is like that. You are already free. That is the vision. Therefore, it leads us towards sannyasa, sharanagati. That is only ashrama where a person can really give up. Give up this pursuit for artha and kama and say, I'm free. Means that person should be given the freedom to say, I'm just going to be the way I am. Having done all my duties, he's not a loser. She's not a loser at all. Not that kind of running away. There's no running away here. Providing an ashrama where you say, yes, society says, come on, we will take care of you. You just be yourself. You just guide us. Beautiful. So that is ashrama. Then I surrender to that ashrama. Okay. Then what? Varnashrama. This is meant for a human being. Which one? This ashrama vyavastha. Ashrama dharma is meant for the human being. Varna dharma meant for the entire society. Just this is microcosm, that is macrocosm. There also dharma is there. What can sustain a society? Yeah, it requires different types of people. It takes 4 kinds of people. Therefore, that is varna dharma. What is your duty? What are you good at? Do what you're good at. Don't look at some other person and say, that guy is earning a lot of money and I'm sitting here doing this. So this money business, you never used to be there in our culture, at least because of the Varna Dharma, because of Varna Dharma. So that's what Shreyan Swadharmo Vignaha, etc. We saw all that. Therefore, here that dharma comes about, and Krishna is telling this is how the world is. And so you can be aligned with the laws of the universe, or you can fight against it. By running away from the battlefield, you are running away from this world, from this dharma. And that does not befit you at all. If dharma requires you to point arrows at your own guru, so be it. So be it. And I've already made it explicit by Dronancha, Bhishmancha, Jayadratancha. Hey, all this Bhishma and all, look, if you have any doubt, they are going to die. Let your shock be over right now. Don't go into the war expecting to be shocked. No. Okay. That is this. These 4, 5, plus 5. Sri Bhagavan. And then the next set, 35 to 46. Arjuna Vacha will come, Sanjay Vacha and Arjuna Vacha. Sharanagati Bhavaha. Let's see. Etat Shrutva Vachanam Kesh Sanjaya Uvacha.
Sanjaya Uvacha.
Etat Shrutva Vachanam Keshavasya.
Etat Shrutva Vachanam Keshavasya.
Kritanjalir Vepamanah Kiriti.
Kritanjalirvepamanah Kiriti.
Namaskritva Bhuya Evaha Krishnam.
Namaskritva Bhuya Evaha Krishnam.
Sagadgadam Bhita Pranamya.
Sagadgadam Bita Pranamya.
Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna Uvacha.
Thane Hrishikesha Tava Prakirtya.
Sthane Hrishikesha Tava Prakritya.
Jagat Prahrushyatyanurajyate cha.
Jagat Prahrishyatyanurajyate cha.
Rakshamsi Bhitani Disho Dravanti.
Rakshamsi Bhitani Disho Dravanti.
Sarve Namasyanti cha Siddha Sanghaha.
Sarve Namasyanti cha Siddha Sanghaha.
Kasmachatena Nameran Mahatman.
Kasmachatena Nameran Mahatman.
Gariyase Brahmanopyadikartre.
Gariyase Brahmanopyadikatre.
Ananta Devesha Jagannivasa.
Anantadevesha Jagannivasa.
Tvamaksharam Sadasattatparam Yat.
Tvamaksharam sadasattatparam yat.
Tvamadidevah Purushah Puranaha.
Tvamadidevah purushah puranah.
Tvamasya Vishwasya Parannidhanam.
Tvamasya vishvasya param nidanam.
Vettasi Vedyancha Parancha Dhama.
Vettasi vedyam cha param cha dama.
Tvaya Tatam Vishwamanantarupa.
Tvaya tatam vishvamanantarupa.
Vayuryamognirvarunasya Shankaha.
Vayuryamogner varunasya shankah.
Prajapatistam Prapitamahascha.
Prajapatistvam prapitamahascha.
Namo Namaste Stu Sahasrakritvaha.
Namo namastestu sahasrakritvaha.
Punascha Bhuyopi Namo Namaste.
पुनश्च भूयोऽपि नमो नमस्ते
नमः पुरस्तादथ पृष्ठतस्ते
नमः पुरस्ताद नमः पुरस्तादथ पृष्ठतस्ते
नमोऽस्तु ते सर्वत एव सर्व
नमोऽस्तु ते सर्वत एव सर्व
अनन्तवीर्यामितविक्रमस्त्वम्
अनन्तवीर्यामितविक्रमस्त्वम्
सर्वं समाप्नोषि ततोऽसि सर्वः
सर्वं समाप्नोषि ततोऽसि सर्वः
सखेति मत्वा प्रसभं यदुक्तम्
सकेति मत्वा प्रसभं यदुक्तम्
हे कृष्ण हे यादव हे सखेति
हे कृष्ण हे यादव हे सखेति
अजानता महिमानं तवेदम्
अजानता महिमानं तवेदम्
मया प्रमादात् प्रणयेन वापि
मया प्रमादात् प्रणयेन वापि
यच्चावहासार्थमसत्कृतोऽसि
यच्चावहासार्थमसत्कृतोऽसि
विहारशय्यासनभोजनेषु
विहारशय्यासनभोजनेषु
रेखोऽथवाप्यच्युत तत्समक्षम्
एको तवाप्यच्युत तत्समक्षम्
तत्क्षामये त्वामहमप्रमेयम्
तत्क्षामये त्वामहमप्रमेयम्
पितासि लोकस्य चराचरस्य
पितासि लोकस्य चराचरस्य
त्वमस्य पूज्यश्च गुरुर्गरीयान्
त्वमस्य पूज्यश्च गुरुर्गरीयान्
न त्वत्समोऽस्त्यभ्यधिकः कुतोऽन्यः
न त्वत्समोऽस्त्यभ्यधिकः कुतोऽन्यः
लोकत्रयेऽप्यप्रतिमप्रभाव
लोकत्रयेऽप्यप्रतिमप्रभाव
तस्मात् प्रणम्य प्रणिधाय कायम्
तस्मात् प्रणम्य प्रणिधाय कायम्
प्रसादये त्वामहमीशमीड्यम्
प्रसादये त्वामहमीशमीड्यम्
पितेव पुत्रस्य सखेव सख्युः
पितेव पुत्रस्य सखेव सख्युः
प्रियः प्रियायार्हसि देव सोढुम्
प्रियः प्रियाया हसि देव सोढ्युम्
अदृष्टपूर्वं हृषितोऽस्मि दृष्ट्वा
अदृष्टपूर्वं हृषितोऽस्मि दृष्ट्वा
भयेन च प्रव्यथितं मनो मे
भयेन च प्रव्यथितं मनो मे
तदेव मे दर्शय देवरूपम्
तदेव मे दर्शय देवरूपम्
प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास
प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास
किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रहस्तम्
किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रहस्तम्
इच्छामि त्वां द्रष्टुमहं तथैव
इच्छामि त्वां द्रष्टुमहं तथैव
येनैव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन
तेनैव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन
सहस्रबाहो भव विश्वमूर्ते
सहस्रभावो भव विश्वमूर्ते
Yeah. So, Sharanagati Bhavaha. In our culture, the way we express Sharanagati is by doing Namaskar. Namaskara. That is how Arjuna literally does. Sahasra namaskaraha, etc., kritva, etc. He says. So physically also he is expressing that. Charanagati bhavaha. So namah purastad atha prishtataste 40. And prior to that, first word he used, Arjuna used in 36 is sthane. Sthane. सब कुछ अपने अपने स्थान पर है. That is the meaning. Correct? Everything is in order. Sthane means everything is in order. Everything is in order doesn't mean everything is the way it should be. It is an order. And you may not like certain things. There are things where you can change. You can use your free will and change what needs to be changed. Hence the serenity prayer. Hey Bhagavan, may you give me the capacity to accept the things I cannot change. May you give me the courage to change the things I must change, I can change. And may you give me the wisdom to know the difference between what I can change and what I can't change. Beautiful prarthana it is. We will do Dhyanam one day based on that. And so, that means what? Free will is there. Nobody, Bhagavan doesn't say you must submit your free will. Surrender means, people say surrender free will means free will ko chhod do. Hey, surrender free will means this serenity prayer has to be understood. Where I should use my free will, where I should let go must be crystal clear to me. And then, because thane, everything is in order. And I can destroy that order. I can maintain that order. Maintaining the order means harmony. Harmony may have violence involved in it. Like what's going to happen now. Like Arjuna, you are about to maintain harmony by going into war. Yeah. So Sthane Rishikesha, therefore, he's then saying, Namah Purastat Atha Prishtataste. Therefore, Namaskar to you in the front, in the side, in the back, and all that means what? It means you are that order everywhere. At my home, there is order. Outside my home, here in the local community, there is order. In the city, there is order. In this country, there is order. On earth, there is order. In the aquatic area, it's all order. Everything is order. Atmosphere, there is order. Galaxies, there is order. It's all order. Now I'm beginning to see it. Namah Purastha. That order is there. I see order everywhere. That order is called what? In our language, it's called dharma. One word, dharma. Dharma. We surrender to dharma. There was a conference of religious leaders set up by Swami. All religious leaders had come. And everybody was given a chance to talk about that harmonious life, living, etc. The debate was going on, discussion was going on. At some point, Swamiji told us this person from Saudi Arabia, representing Islam, he said one thing, we don't believe in dharma. That's it, over. Game over. Game over means what? There is no point talking anymore. That is the meaning. We will do what we want to do. That's it. We don't agree with anything you say. Dharma itself is removed from under the carpet. What is left? What is left in this world? Nothing is left. And so here Arjuna is saying, yeah, dharma is important. It can extend to beyond what I might know in my limited mind. And so in this particular case, I'm called upon to fight a war. So that war, is it a war of dharma or not? Yeah. How do you know if it is a war of dharma or not? How many chances are you given? Okay. So that Samadana Bheda Danda. All that is there. Danda comes at the end. Sama, Dana, etc. Everything was done in Mahabharata. Therefore, it is a dharma yuddham, they say, right? So that dharma is so important. And of course, fear is also there in Arjuna. Ascharya can come and go, but this fear continues to be there. Why? Because as long as the Dvaita Buddhi is there, fear will be there. Correct? And Dvaita Buddhi is there means Ahankara and Mamakara will be real. Real Ahankara and real Mamakara means Ahankara and Mamakara will be absolutely real. Without which I can't protect myself. No, I need Ahankara to protect myself. That's my current idea. And so fear continues to remain. And therefore, he says, Arjuna says, withdraw your Vishwarupam and come back. Darshaya. Where does he use the word Darshaya? Yeah, 45. Tadeva me Darshaya Deva Rupam. Deva Rupam Darshaya. The Rupam that you originally had as Krishna. And just to be sure, Kiritinam Gadinam. Just to be sure, because I don't want you to show another thing and say, oh, this is Vishwarupa part 2 and all that. No, part 2 and all, I'm not interested right now. It's enough. I got the message. Okay? And so, like intermission, in movies those days, these days, I don't know if they have intermission. No, I think they did. We went to a movie, there was an intermission. So I think they still have that intermission. In Indian movies, it will be there because it's otherwise a bit longer. But in any case, it makes business sense to have an intermission, I think. So anyway, I want you to withdraw the Vishwarupam, and then means it's like, Swamiji gives this example. Returning the purchase, you bought something, but now you want to return it. In America, it's a very big thing. America, it's like you can just buy, you can just go and return it next day or a week later. Just you have to have the receipt, that's all. And you should not have used the product. At least that much. You can use the product, you found it's not what you need, etc. They will take it back. It's just an amazing thing. They have figured out one thing. They said, even if it means a loss of a few dollars, it's okay. Let the customer come back again. That's a great marketing strategy. Great, great, great. Our Indians, they don't figure it out at all, and they keep talking about all these things all the time. And so I don't know when we will learn this. So these days, I think some of them are taking back. But our people will scream at you if you say, I want to return this product. So Krishna, Arjuna says, return. I want to return this Vishwarupa Drishti. And so come back to Eka Rupa Ishvara. I want to see that Deva Rupam I want to see. And which is, of course, we're all comfortable with that. Devata Rupam, we can visualize Devatas, every Devata, we understand where the Devatas fit in our life. And so I want that back. And so, but at the same time, I now understand that I'm not an individual that is separate and have to eke out a living. And this like ninja, I have to protect myself from everything else in this world. I am no different from Bhagavan. I am a property of Bhagavan. In fact, Bhagavan is operating through me. And so I have to be proud about it. I can keep that vision, and I'm very happy about it. Even if the job I don't like to do, so painful, it's not something that I love. Okay, fine. Just grit your teeth and do what is to be done. You are in good hands, like they say. Some insurance companies have this symbol. They have a symbol, 2 hands. I like that, the way they show all these things. They think through this. Marketing people are not ordinary people. They think through all these things pretty much, of course. And so that's the idea there. Then 47 to 55 is the culmination, which we can read now. श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
मया प्रसन्नेन तवार्जुनेदम्
मया प्रसन्नेन तवार्जुनेन
रूपं परं दर्शितमात्मयोगात्
रूपं परं दर्शितमात्मयोगात्
तेजोमयं विश्वमनन्तमाद्यम्
तेजोमयं विश्वमनन्तमाध्यम्
यन्मे त्वदन्येन न दृष्टपूर्वम्
यन्मे त्वदन्येन न दृष्टपूर्वम्
न वेदयज्ञाध्ययनैर्न दानैः
न वेदयज्ञाध्ययनैर्न दानैः
न च क्रियाभिर्न तपोभिरुग्रैः
न च क्रियाभिर्न तपोभिरुग्रैः
एवं रूपः शक्य अहं नृलोके
एवं रूपः शक्य अहं नृलोके
द्रष्टुं त्वदन्येन कुरु प्रवीर
दृष्टुं त्वधन्येन कुरु प्रवीरः
मा ते कुरु प्रवीर
कुरु प्रवीर
मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः
मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः
दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदृङ्ममेदम्
दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमेधृग्ममेदम्
व्यपेतभिः प्रीतमनाः पुनस्त्वम्
विपेतभिप्रीतमनः पुनस्तम्
तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य
तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य
सञ्जय उवाच
सञ्जय उवाच
इत्यर्जुनं वासुदेवस्तथोक्त्वा
इत्यर्जुनं वासुदेवस्तदोक्त्वा
स्वकं रूपं दर्शयामास भूयः
स्वकं रूपं दर्शयामास भूयः
आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनम्
आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनम्
भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा
भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा
अर्जुन उवाच
अर्जुन उवाच
दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपम्
दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपम्
तव सौम्यं जनार्दन
तव सौम्यं जनार्दन
इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः
इदानीम् अस्मि संवृत्तः
सचेताः प्रकृतिं गतः
सचेता प्रकृतिं गताः
श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
सुदुर्दर्शमिदं रूपम्
सुदुर्दर्शमितं रूपम्
दृष्टवानसि यन्मम
दृष्टवानसि यन्मम
देवा अप्यस्य रूपस्य
देवा अप्यस्य रूपस्य
नित्यं दर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः
नित्यं दर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः
नाहं वेदैर्न तपसा
नाहं वेदैर्न तपसा
न दानेन न चेज्यया
न दानेन चेज्जया
शक्य एवं विधो द्रष्टुम्
शक्य एवं विधो द्रष्टुम्
दृष्टवानसि मां यथा
दृष्टवानसि मां यथा
भक्त्या त्वनन्यया शक्यः
भक्त्या त्वधन्यया शक्यः
अहमेवं विधोऽर्जुन
अहमेवं विधोऽर्जुन
ज्ञातुं द्रष्टुं च तत्त्वेन
ज्ञातुं द्रष्टुं च तत्त्वेन
प्रवेष्टुं च परन्तप
प्रवेष्टुं च परन्तप
मत्कर्म कृत् मत्परमः
मत्कर्म कृत् मत्परमः
मद्भक्तः सङ्गवर्जितः
मद्भक्तः सङ्गवर्जितः
निर्वैरः सर्वभूतेषु
निर्वैरः सर्वभूतेषु
यः स मामेति पाण्डव
Yes samaveti pandava.
Conclusion. Upasamharaha. That is the Sanskrit word for conclusion. I finish samapanam. Okay. So that word is used. That word upa is interesting. When you conclude, you can't conclude what was not talked about. In the conclusion, you can't say things that were not talked about before. Conclusion means whatever was understood, mentioned, talked about is to be summarized in a small, brief manner. That is why upa. Upa means what is samipe. Samipe sthitva. So the word itself is very revealing. And so here what's happening is Krishna is praising the Vishwarupam. Okay. Stuti is being done by Krishna. We saw that. And of course, apanayanam is there. Apanayanam means withdrawal of that form. Withdrawal of the form means what? Krishna is not doing anything to himself, but Jina's drishti is taken away. Divya chakshu is taken away. That's what is going to happen. And so, therefore, stuti apanayanam. Vishwarupa stuti apanayanam. That is how we can describe, Swamiji describes this last section. And so, he says, because of your bhakti, hey, Arjuna, you were blessed with this Vishwarupa Drishti. And he introduces bhakti, bhaktyatsu ananyaya, like that he says. And by that bhakti, by what is called bhakti, which he never used that word earlier, and suddenly he's bringing it here. That means what? Okay, what about everything that was talked about? That's all not, that is all gone, is useless, irrelevant, or what? It can't be irrelevant. Therefore, bhakti, everything that we have talked about before, namely karma yoga, upasana, dhyana, chapter 6, and Paramarthanandaji likes to separate the two, karma yoga and upasana yoga. Whereas Swami Dayanandaji puts both of those two together, because Dhyanam is also a type of karma, and therefore it can go under karma yoga. You can define it either way you want. Or, so karma yoga, upasana yoga, okay, and jnana yoga. All that is bhakti. That is bhakti. And all that is not possible without bhakti also. If you want to say bhakti is devotion, none of that is possible without bhakti. Therefore, bhakti is the underlying common theme, and that is bhakti. And therefore, that bhakti can be considered as a means for moksha, means for that Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya. And this will lead automatically to what? Vairagyam. Why bhakti will lead to vairagyam? Because bhakti is towards a much higher end. When my goal, my eyesight, my sights are somewhere else, I'm willing to let go of things that I like. Basic ragadveshas are there. And so ragadvesha, I understand them as ragadvesha. If I understand ragadvesha as ragadvesha, then I can say, Indriyaste ragadvesho vyavastito tayorna vashamagachet. I don't come under the spell. Let go. There is no rule that says you must eat something or you must go to some place. There's no rule like that. I can tell myself, and I can just be my own. And by saying that, Krishna concludes with a beautiful sloka here, mat karma krit mat param. Pretty significant sloka here in this chapter. And so, it is all right to have sakama bhakti. Sakama bhakti means what? My bhakti, I'm an artha bhakta, I'm an artharthi. I'm insecure, so I want to be secure, and hey, Bhagavan, make me secure. Give me what I want, including health. Give me what I want for me and my family. That is how this starts. That's how bhakti starts. And that is fine. Perfect. That is how it is. That is also a sthane rishikesha. Correct? Sthane. Arjuna said. That is also order. Arjuna seems to understand that. And so Bhagavan also validates by saying mat karma krit. Offer, but then do everything offering those actions to me, mat karma krit, and then that bhakti will automatically become nishkama bhakti. Sakama bhakti will become nishkama bhakti. Ekarupa bhakti will become vishwarupa bhakti. Correct? Look at the evolution here. And then vishwarupa bhakti will become arupa bhakti. That is the maturity. That is why antakarana shuddhi. That is why we do what we do. Every action of ours must be directed towards antakarana shuddhi for self-discovery. So, beautiful. Everything should fall in place. When we study the Bhagavad Gita like this, everything should fall in place. What do you mean by everything falls in place? Why do I say Karagre Vasate Lakshmi Karamadhya Saraswati when I get up? Should fall in place. Why do I start my food cooking everything with another shloka? Brahmarpanam Brahmahi before having food falls in place. Going to temple falls in place. Puja Prarthana falls in place. Yajna falls in place. Everything falls in place. Okay? So then Mam Eti, such a person, Eti, Mam Eti, gains me. Gains me. After death, no. Ihaiva. Here itself he gains me, she gains me. Why? Because that is also sthane. That is also sthane. Because everything was due to ajnanam. You already are what you're seeking. Therefore, you don't have to go somewhere to be who you are. Okay? You can be who you are right now. You can know who you are right now. And therefore, Mam Eti Pandava. Okay? That concludes this chapter. And Swamiji gives a few more notes here, saying, besides the role we see of this entire journey and Vishwarupa Darshanam, Swamiji talks about what are the benefits of this Vishwarupa Darshan. The journey leading up to this. What are the benefits for us? So, first thing is the reduction and elimination of hatred and aversion. Dvesha pariharaha. Okay? Elimination of hatred. That emotion is there. I hate something, I hate people, I hate so many things in this world. And I don't like this one thing, but then I hate that. When that dislike keeps growing, building, then it becomes hatred. And so that entire idea, once I see Vishwarupa Darshanam, is what? Once I see that all the activities I'm involved in, activities I'm not involved in, all the activities, extraterrestrial activities are all going on, and everything is in order, sthane. Yeah, there are two sides to every coin. If I really see it and I understand what that is, then I can't have hatred. It is also in order. It doesn't mean I should let go of people who are committing crimes. Hey, the judge has to pronounce a punishment, and the government has to execute that order given by the court, and all that is part of the niyama sthane. Okay. And so all that is required. And Vesha Parihara. Somebody got stuck in a traffic jam. Daily going to work means being in a traffic jam. In all cities, it is like. Definitely, you think America is free from all this? No. America is so familiar with this traffic jam. They have a word for it. It's called parking lot. That's where I heard this term parking lot. They will say, instead of saying it was a traffic jam, they'll say it was a parking lot. And so many, this highway has some 5, 7, 8 lanes. 8 lanes, everybody's parked. It's just absolutely amazing how we have figured out a way to waste our time. Time is so precious. And we are sitting there just waiting to go. So this guy, one guy is there, he is just frustrated. Just like every other day, he's frustrated today also. Then he's going to his office and he's reached, he's there a weekend, going there, going towards this. He thought he'll be there half an hour ago. Now it's already 40 minutes late and 30 minutes late. And suddenly he sees two aircraft come crashing on his office building. Some of you are smiling. It's called 9/11. September 11, 2001. This is a true story. Okay. And he sees two aircraft come crashing into the building. The building is crumbling right in front of his eyes. He is some 2-3 miles away. He can see the building. It's a tall building. Now tell me what are the thoughts going on in his mind? Just a second ago, he was frustrated. He was just doing like this. Road rage is there, they say. And now what is he saying? Everybody's parked. Everybody's parked. Nobody wants to move forward. Correct? Everybody's getting up, getting outside their car and wondering. They're shocked at what happened. And so he says, because of the traffic jam, I survived that day. If there was no traffic jam, if I had gone there 30 minutes earlier than this time, like I wanted to, I would not have survived, not be alive. So what to do? This is how life is. And so what was a hatred suddenly became a reason to celebrate. Correct? And so what to say? How do we know what's what? And just 1 minute. What to say? This is how it is. We don't know. We are reacting to something. Yes, we don't like it. Yeah, you don't want to be late. Nobody likes to sit in a traffic jam. Everything is true. Prasada buddhi. You can't do anyway, you can't do anything. Anyway, this is how the situation is, you can't do anything. When I can't do anything about a situation, but you know the situation will eventually let go. Get some audio of Swamiji's and then listen to it on your way. Correct? Listen to your favorite motivational speaker. There are many such people in America, many such people in India also, I'm sure. In India, we have all these talks available. Just turn it and just listen to it. Guess what? You won't know. You won't know what happened. You don't know how you came from your home to your office. That's how it will be. And so we find a way to enjoy. Not to say, I mean, easier said than done, correct? I'm aware of that. So, and then second benefit of this Vishwarupa is, Swamiji says, Amanitvam. We're going to see that later, the 15th chapter in greater detail. Amanitvam adambhitvam ahimsa kshantirajyavam acharyopasanam shaucham. Like that it will go. So 20 values Krishna talks about. Beautiful it will be. And amanitvam is the first there. And so he says, manitvam means this is exaggerated opinion about oneself. It's called manitvam. And amanitvam means absence of any exaggerated opinion about oneself is equal to humility. Vinayatvam, vinayaha. That is called amanitvam. That's it. Once you see the whole universe, you begin to it's enough to just spend the time. Those days we used to sleep on the terrace and I used to look at the stars. And once somebody says that, you know what, there could be a world like this somewhere else also, And they're also looking at the stars and they're also thinking, is this the only word? When I first heard that, I said, oh my God, that's it. That means there's no way I can say that this is the greatest and this and that. I can't say. There's so many things happening that I don't know. And so, Amanitvam, everything is Bhagavan. The way our language is going to change. Everything is Bhagavan. Everything is Bhagavan's Leela. And I'm part of that Leela, except I'm supposed to respond to situation. And I better be good at it. Okay? And that is how I can contribute to the harmony of this universe. Okay? And so that is number 2. Number 3, Ujyatva Bhavana. Ujyatva Bhavana means what? Everything is sacred. Only Indians can say everything is sacred. Nobody else in the world seems to say that, make the statement that everything is sacred. Everywhere the world West has divided the world into sacred and secular. Divided our activities into sacred and secular. The sacred secular division confuses the Indians. Indians cannot do that. They cannot, that's a division you can't handle. We don't know what is secular, we don't know what is sacred. Because everything is sacred for us. So we have to artificially create a division, artificially define the word secular. It's an artificial definition. And it just doesn't work in India. That's why Indian political system continues to struggle even today. Because we haven't we haven't boldly said India is a dharmic country. It is governed by dharma. We are just don't have the courage to say it. But we're seeing good pockets of courage. So that Pujyatva Bhavana will come. We say Sarvatra Pujyatva Bhavana. And our people in villages know this. Villages have so much, people living in villages who are not really influenced by all these things. They know it very well. And their bhakti, you can't compare their bhakti with anything else. And they all their folk, we say folk songs and tribal songs and all that. We have many devatas. Mariamman is there. Mariamman is the devata of fertility and protection, Raksha. And every village has Grama Devata and Kula Devata. And the bond between the devata and the people is very, very, very strong. Okay? It takes a lot of conditioning and brainwashing to break them away from that. You are useless. Your devatas are dangerous people. You are this, you are that. So many years of brainwashing is required to take them away from that. But they are clear. They are crystal clear. They are very secure in their own places. And they have their Grama Devatas. Okay. And we have in Tamil Nadu, Ayyanar, Shasta, all these things are there. They're all what? They're all Grama Devatas. They're all in Telangana again, in Andhra Pradesh, they have their own Devatas. Potaraju, I think they say. And right, something like that. They have names are all there. And so what kind of forms they have been given? These fierce forms with the tongue just coming out with a lot of teeth and a lot of all these, so many hands also. And each hand has a different weapon. Perfect, in my opinion. Why perfect? That's what all our armed forces is what? What is our armed forces? Armed forces, all those things only. Different types of weaponry and ammunition, flying, jets, everything. They're all just waiting to send. One little jet has loaded with so much ammunition, unbelievable. It can go destroy a whole small country and come back in one sortie. And that kind of power we have, and we claim it's our pride. Same thing here, devatas. That's how our devatas are. We want such kind of devatas. Those and that. So perfect. Why? Because my security, our country's security, our people's security. Diseases are there. Those days, incurable diseases, smallpox and things like that. And so devatas had to be invoked. No choice. People are dying of smallpox. What do you do? So, therefore, our culture has grown like that. And Swamiji also mentions the word chitta vishalata. Means that mind is now able to just think broadly. It knows very well. I know very well that a lot of things are happening in my life, but there is no need to be caught up by it. There is no need to react to it. Let me act. Let me do whatever I can do. And then accept whatever else. Just accept things. Why? Because chitta vishalata. Because the universe is too big. I am only now beginning to appreciate. And eventually, I am going to learn that I am the whole. I am Purnaha. The universe is me. That's what the Shastram is going to take us. Therefore, where is the fear? That so it was a nice journey here, studying the 11th chapter for us. Initially, when I was also beginning to study, I didn't understand Vishwarupa, Darshana Yoga, and I had vague ideas. All of us have vague ideas. And so, after listening to Swamiji only, I finally said, okay, brought me back to ground level and understand what's what. So we feel very blessed to have been taught like this by our Swamis. So that Ujjatva Bhavana. Let's go. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.